Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here, once again. Right. Holy crap, guys. Okay, I have done something that I never thought I would do. Okay? I have completely went through all the Kingdom Hearts games. Or at least what was put in front of me on PlayStation 4. That is to say, the 1.5 and 2.5 collection, and the 2.8 collection. I went through all of it, okay? And, like, in a fairly short amount of time, like, this is just how I work, okay? It's like, I get a little bit into something, I gotta go through it all, you know? Especially because, with Kingdom Hearts, that almost seems like part of the challenge, almost. It's like, oh yeah, you if you're in, you can't be in a little bit, you gotta be in all the way. Okay, any Kingdom Hearts fan will tell you this, but, yeah, it's, yeah. So this is going to be a very, very rambly video. I'm basically going to go through all 9 Kingdom Hearts things that I've experienced. Just say a little tidbit on them, talk a little bit about the series, I suppose, and yeah, you might want to put a tab, you might want to open another tab and do something else if you're going to listen to me ramble, because we're about to go over some, this is going to be a long video, it's going to be a long video. Okay, so like I tend to do when I talk about a series as a whole, I want to go over how I first came about Kingdom Hearts, and also, why is it that I seem to like, because over the years I've definitely like, taken little jabs at this series, almost. Like, I wouldn't say I've flat out attacked or hated it, but there's reasons as to why I'm kind of like, lol, Kingdom Hearts, from time to time. But I first found out about Kingdom Hearts. This is actually something with my childhood that I don't think I talk about a lot. Well, I say childhood, I was like in high school, but my best friend was like an avid buyer of PlayStation magazines, and they would always come with demo discs and DVDs, and the DVDs would always like show footage and trailers and stuff of upcoming games, and it was always the coolest thing to go over to his house and watch all this stuff, you know? Like, I remember finding out about Project Zero because of these DVDs. Gitaru Man, that was a game we followed quite a bit. I remember he actually, it was at his house I first saw footage of Sonic Heroes, and I was just like over the moon. You know, I was like, holy fuck, I was over at his house so much just watching Sonic Heroes. I think eventually he was just like, look, just take the fucking DVD. And, yeah. And, yeah, we eventually got a DVD that had Kingdom Hearts on it, and, you know, it hit me like it probably would anybody else that saw this shit, because I actually knew nothing about Final Fantasy, like, nothing at all at this point in my life, but you look at, like, the Disney stuff, and it's just like, what the fuck is this game? And, yeah, it was just so weird, and I didn't, like, commit to buy it or anything, but naturally it stuck out. I think a few years later, I ended up renting the game, and didn't get too far. I actually remember exactly where I got to. It was the bit, because you can't skip the cutscenes in the first Kingdom Hearts, even right before a boss. It's fucking infuriating. But it was the fight just before the cutscene where Goofy goes, gosh, are these the Heartless guys? And then Donald goes, let's go get him, Goofy. I can't do the Donald Duck voice, ironic, I know. But, yeah, I couldn't get past that boss fight, and I just kind of left it. I returned it to the shop, didn't think about it again. It wasn't until I started collecting games that I got my hands on the first Kingdom Hearts, and I just opted to play through it to the end. And I got to the end, and it didn't leave a big impression on me. It was like, yeah, that was fun, that was fine. Maybe I'll play the other games at some point, and that just never came. So why now? Why now? Well, a lot of little reasons. Obviously, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out, and it looks really good, so I thought, and they've made it so that these collections are, like, making it really easy for you to get through it all, so it's like, okay, that's a decent place to start. And several of my friends were also playing through these collections, so I kind of just opted to, like, do it alongside them. But I also need to say, I recently subscribed to Super Butter Buns, okay, a YouTuber. I actually originally found out about her because of her Jack and Daxter videos, which were really good. But she's an avid Kingdom Hearts fan and has done, like, loads of videos on it. And this is going to sound so weird, but I actually enjoyed the videos where she is moaning about Kingdom Hearts a lot. I don't know what it is, guys, but just this, like, idea that the Kingdom Hearts fan base is so dedicated to their, like, to this franchise, yet moans about it so much. Actually, no, fuck that. I know exactly why I could relate to it. It's because that's what it's like with fucking Sonic, you know? Seriously, guys, okay, I probably won't talk about it in this video. I may point out things as we go along, but I see a lot of parallels between Kingdom Hearts and Sonic, you know, both in the games themselves and the fan base, you know? Like, am I the only one that makes that comparison? Like I said, I'll not get into that, the new, but yeah, I see that. So, yeah, let's, I guess let's go over each game one by one, shall we? Like I said, there's 9 things in both of these collections. I say 9 things because there's 6 games and 3 films, technically. So, we'll start at the very beginning with Kingdom Hearts 1. This one is... how should I put this? You can tell Kingdom Hearts 1 was one of those games that when they started making it, they didn't know that it was going to be like a big franchise, okay? Because nothing really happens in Kingdom Hearts 1. We'll touch on that as we go along. And it's got so many, like, flaws of it being the first game, okay? It's a bitch to navigate through the worlds. I remember that being, like, really annoying. The camera is really heavily zoomed in. They try to give you this epic, slightly upward angle of Sora when he's fighting, but it just ends up being a pain in the fucking arse. Yeah, I gotta be honest, my actual overall revisiting of the first Kingdom Hearts game wasn't that good, okay? Like, looking back on it, maybe I was just a bit too harsh, maybe I was trying to rush through it, because I do actually like the game, but yeah, playing on PS4 wasn't as good as I, like, kinda wanted it to be, I guess. But a lot of the other stuff about it that I loved was, like, the music. You know, the music in these games is really good, okay? The original music specifically, you know, obviously you get to Atlantica and there's Under the Sea playing non-stop. It's like, fuck's sake. But the original music is fantastic. And, you know, the story in this one, like I said, not too much happens, but that's nice, okay? Considering what happens in the rest of the fucking series, okay? It's nice to just get a game where you play as a boy and you team up with Donald and Goofy and go through Disney worlds. That's literally it. That's literally all it really needs to be. And I do like Sora as a character, okay? I can really get behind the sort of protagonist that's like him, you know, where he's not really known for being sort of edgy and he's just super optimistic to the point of that he's sort of ridiculed by the fan base almost. Like, he's a bit too nice, a bit too optimistic, a bit too trusting. Like, I'm sure many people will be familiar with these complaints, but that's the part that I find endearing about him, I guess. You know, it's like, I don't mind that he is like this, is what I'm saying. So, okay, you know, it's first game, you know, it's pretty damn good. I can see why a lot of people would consider it their favourite. But then we go on to the next game in the series, Kingdom Hearts 2, which was also on the PS2. And this game, no, you don't go to Kingdom Hearts 2, okay? You don't have to be a part of the Kingdom Hearts fan base to know what I'm about to rant about, okay? This is literally the biggest complaint of anything. Everybody knows this, that 2 at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 is a flat-out lie. It shouldn't be there, okay? It's like a nobody. It shouldn't exist, I guess, or even though it does, it's stupid, I don't know, but fucking, you don't go to Kingdom Hearts 2, you play Chain of Memories, which was on the Game Boy Advance, which was some stupid card game spin-off thing, but it had, like, really... It's the second game, okay? Everything that happens at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2 rides directly off of Chain of Memories. Now, like I said, it came out in the Game Boy Advance, which was the first step in Square. They would always, like, throw the games on different consoles, which was super annoying. But they eventually made a PlayStation 2 version. I think it was Japan only for the longest time. If I'm not mistaken, the final mix version of Kingdom Hearts 1 came with the PS2 version of Chain of Memories in Japan. The final mix versions are like these upgraded versions with extra content that only ever released in Japan, and these HD remakes are the first time that we've got them. So, okay, that's the version we got, the PS2 version. And I gotta be honest, guys, I didn't play the game. Okay, I started playing it. I think I got past like the first boss, and I was just so not into how the game plays with its card system. Now, from what I understand, it is very love or hate throughout the series. Okay, some people really dig the card playing system, others don't. I definitely didn't, so I opted to watch all the cutscenes on YouTube, which is totally a viable option. So with that out of the way, you know, I'm not going to comment on the gameplay, but the actual story of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories was really interesting. You know, it obviously introduces the organization, it introduces like Castle Oblivion, it introduces all this shit. Even though it treads old ground, it does make sense in the context of the story. It's because it's about like memories and stuff, and considering it was just a Game Boy game, I can buy that, you know. And yeah, the story ended up being really enjoyable, and you can tell this was the point where Square, I guess Tetsuya Nomura specifically, really wanted to go places, you know, building shit up for future games, which he has really shoved into the ground. He's really overdone in recent years. But yeah, it was there were some good feelsy moments, you know. I imagine I'm just gonna like have a comment, do a kind of a brush off comment for most of these games, but the next game in the collection was actually 358 over 2 Days, which was a DS game starring a character that we weren't actually introduced to yet, because he gets introduced in Kingdom Hearts 2. Now there's a bit of controversy, not controversy, but I find it interesting, I should say, because the collection opts that you play, or rather watch, 358 over 2 Days, because it's a DS game and they only brought over the cutscenes, which is fine. It sort of like prompts you to watch that before going on to Kingdom Hearts 2, and if you're going by order of release, Kingdom Hearts 2 actually came first, and I would actually totally recommend doing that first, because there are things that 358 over 2 explains that aren't necessarily said in Kingdom Hearts 2, but sort of add to the intrigue, if you will. Basically, I'm very happy that I played Kingdom Hearts 2 before 358. And Kingdom Hearts 2 is probably my favorite in the series, you know? It had the most fun combat, it had the best worlds, the best story, really. Roxas, I don't know why, but Roxas is like my favorite character. Maybe I just secretly love the concept of the nobodies, even though the nobodies in and of themselves are kind of a stupid concept. I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, it was kind of more of the same, but just a lot better, really, you know? Not really much to say beyond that. So, but yeah, the next thing in the collection was 358 over 2 Days, which again is just a movie comprising of all the cutscenes from the DS game. And I found it really interesting, okay? Roxas, Axel, and the new character, Shion, okay, they had like a really cool dynamic. Nomura definitely likes the two guys and a girl setup. Have you noticed that? And he plays off it really well, okay? And I don't know, just hearing them all talk throughout those cutscenes. Maybe it was getting all the cutscenes in one go that really left the impression. Like, maybe if I actually played the game, I wouldn't have dug it as much. But yeah, I really felt for Roxas and how he was working in the organization and his relationship with Axel and Shion. Maybe this is actually why Roxas is my favorite character. But yeah, the 358 over 2 portion of the Kingdom Hearts collection, I greatly enjoyed. I thought I really liked that. So thumbs up there, thumbs up there. So the next game was Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, which was a prequel, and you know, came out on the PSP. You could sort of tell playing it on PS4 even. You know, the levels they're a bit barren. There's not a lot going on other than to fight enemies, but the main sort of drive is the story and the fact that you can play as like 3 different characters, you know, and that works fine, you know. Like I said, the combat was probably like the best it had ever been. Like, I really like the shot lock system, the ability to sort of mesh your commands together to make new ones. I didn't like that you had to do it 3 separate times though. Like, you know, you beat like character 1, you go into character 2, you got to start from scratch, then you got to do it again for character 3. It would have been cool if you could keep like everything in the one playthrough, right? That would probably be like the only thing I'd nitpick about. But other than that, I really dug Birth by Sleep. You know, it was definitely the game up to this point that felt most necessary, I guess, okay? It kind of really should have been numbered almost, although I guess you don't play as Sora, and that was kind of like their workaround as to why it shouldn't be Kingdom Hearts 3. But yeah, there you go. Birth by Sleep, another like thumbs up. Then to top this collection off, you have Kingdom Hearts Recoded, which was a mobile phone game in Japan, but got ported to the DS, and as a result, the cutscenes got ported over into this. And yeah, this is where it sort of goes downhill for me. Recoded was a fucking mess. It was actually kind of an interesting concept at first. You don't play as Sora, you play as like a digital Sora. You're going through like data to try and retrieve like information and shit. And there's a lot more like interaction with the actual Disney characters, i.e. Sora, Donald, and Goofy. And yeah, it's all like crucial information for the most part, especially the very end. The very end was like really cool, but it really just shows, it really was the start, at least for me. I started to get, it's like, dang, being a Kingdom Hearts fan, having to put up with this shit, having to remember all this confusing shit, must have been murder, you know? Because I couldn't tell you half the shit that happens in that game. There's just so much talking, so much like belly aching about and riddles that you're just like, you just have to go on the assumption, okay, I guess this will be explained in the next game. Let's just pull up the chair and put up with it, sort of thing. And yeah, it was kind of like that for the whole thing. But that was the end of the 2.5 and the 1.5 and 2.5 collection. So then there was Kingdom Hearts 2.8, and what this collection includes is a HD version of Dream Drop Distance, which was the 3DS game that came out. Kingdom Hearts back cover, which is a film which has like bits of story from Kingdom Hearts Union. I hope I'm getting these names right. Kingdom Hearts Union was the mobile game which had like a shit ton of lore in it and story elements. They literally made a film just to like condense all that, apparently. And probably the like star of that collection was the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 0.2, A Fragmentary Passage. I can't believe I fucking know the name of that. Actually, I probably said it wrong. Who knows? But yeah, that game is basically Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, okay? It is running on the Kingdom Hearts 3 engine, i.e. the Unreal Engine 4. It's going to play the same way Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to play, and it's basically a demo that gets you hyped up to play Kingdom Hearts 3, okay? But it's only like 2 or 3 hours long. So, first of all, I started actually with 0.2, Fragmentary Passage. Because at this point, right, and this is the thing, guys, okay? I was done with Kingdom Hearts at this point. I thought, right, I'm going to take a break. I have plenty of time till January before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. I don't need to play this. Especially because the week that it happened, okay, Shining Resonance Refrain was coming out, and also, it actually comes out tomorrow as I record this, Project Octopath is coming out, so I knew that I would have a lot on my plate that wasn't just Kingdom Hearts. But I guess I was just like waiting for the post to arrive with Shining Resonance, or maybe this was a few days before, I can't remember. I was on holiday from work anyway, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to play a Fragmentary Passage. And a Fragmentary Passage, you play as Aqua, who was one of the characters in Birth by Sleep, and it's got me really excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, okay? It's really pretty, okay? The presentation's top-notch, and it plays really well. That's kind of all you can really say. And it doesn't really, like, explain anything going up to Kingdom Hearts 3. It just serves as, like, this almost unnecessary bridge of linking games together. Again, I don't want to get into too many of the nitty-gritties, because chances are I'll fucking misremember shit anyway. But yeah, this whole collection didn't necessarily need to exist. It was all stuff that you could have, like, assumed almost. But they opted to do it anyway to give us a glimpse of what Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to do. Really, if there's anything that you could probably, like, skip in this series, it probably is this game. But even though it's only a few hours long, it's probably one of the better experiences, really. I enjoyed it anyway, so I went through that, and really, like I said, I sort of did it in the wrong order, because the thing you are supposed to delve into first with the 2.8 collection is the Dream Drop Distance HD. And I'd heard like all the shit that was said about Dream Drop Distance. Kingdom Hearts fans hate Dream Drop Distance. I almost said Drop Dead Distance. That's probably what they like to call it. But yeah, and having now played it myself, I actually agree. And it's funny because it actually had, gameplay-wise, it was possibly my favorite. Like, the flow motion system was a lot of fun. The fact that you could like mix and match your commands, you didn't have to level them up, you just did it. And your little Nintendogs thing, I actually, funnily enough, enjoyed, because I liked having them in the party, then leveling them up, because leveling them up somehow upgraded Sora and Riku. I found that kind of addicting. Not just the fact that it was really fun to play, I also really liked the worlds, okay? I loved the Fantasia world. I loved the Three Musketeers world, the Hunchback of Notre Dame world, okay? The worlds were, even though there wasn't as many, it's still a spin-off at the end of the day, where I even like Tron Legacy. I fucking hate that film, okay? I love the original Tron Legacy. Tron, like, world in Kingdom Hearts 2, best level, hands down, and this one kind of like made callbacks to that from Kingdom Hearts 2, which was cool, but it was still Tron Legacy, okay? You still had fucking, like, Jeff Bridges fully rendered in the fucking game, okay? It's like, that's weird, but I still enjoyed the world. Yeah, it was cool like that. But I totally get where Kingdom Hearts fans come from when they're talking about what it does, because all that shit I said about Recoded and it bringing up, like, unnecessary, like, fodder and, like, so many cutscenes with just talking and riddles and loads of unnecessary shit that you now have to remember for Kingdom Hearts 3. Dream Drop Distance does it a lot worse than Recoded, and I didn't think that was possible watching Recoded. It's like, how could it get worse than this? It gets fucking worse than this. It's mental what fucking Dream Drop Distance does, okay? Like, fucking mental. It was just such unnecessary. It's, okay, here's my way of putting it, right? And hopefully this gets across to you, okay? See, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance is not the worst Kingdom Hearts game. It isn't. But it is the worst Kingdom Hearts game. Does that make any sense? Basically, I'm saying, like, the series is bad habits. The things that people are sort of, like, drawn away from it by are all present in here, okay? Like, if Recoded started it, Dream Drop Distance perfected it. So, yeah, that's the thing. Okay, I probably talked about Dream Drop Distance more than any other game. I had a lot more to say about this if you couldn't tell. You know, you're kind of along for the ride for the most part until you got something to moan about, I suppose. Speaking of stuff to moan about, the last little tidbit from the 2.8 collection was Kingdom Hearts back cover, which was canonically the first bit. It talks about, like, the Keyblade War, which was some shit that they made up as they went along. It's about, like, Deadpool leading 5 guys in masks that don't do anything other than argue with each other. Like, Deadpool was cool. I'm sure he has a proper name, but I'm fucking calling him Deadpool, because that's what he was. He was hilarious. So, like, didn't fit in with the rest of the Kingdom Hearts lore. He's just, like, so... Holy shit, what is this guy about? Why is he so funny and charismatic and... Like, why can't the whole film be about him? Holy shit. But yeah, I guess it was cool to, like, be up on the Keyblade War and know that, okay, this is what happened, this is what triggered it. And there's also a few things in there that you know is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. So it serves its purpose, and I know that the fear amongst a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans is that, again, this movie was made to sort of tie up the lore from Kingdom Hearts Union, which is the mobile game, like I said. But the mobile game is not finished, and there's some stuff in there that is not in this film that is not, like, I guess it's not, like, meant to be super important to know, but it is stuff to know. So really, all this collection stuff is not, like, as definitive as we would like to think, basically. So yeah, that's a fear amongst Kingdom Hearts fans, that this really bad habit of putting stuff on other platforms is not done yet. It's still fucking happening. But I'm not gonna get mad just yet. Because as far as I'm concerned, guys, I'm up on the series. You know, I'm done. Okay, I'm fucking done till January. Okay, and Kingdom Hearts fans joked about this to me all the time. It's like, you know, there was almost a sense of don't get into Kingdom Hearts because then you'll have to go through the shit we go through. And I get that now. Like, I could have learned another language than remember all this shit. Okay, I could have done something way more productive than played through all the Kingdom Hearts games. Now I have to remember all this. But it is, for a series that I would always make little, probably unjustified jabs to, I am actually really happy that I now have it under my belt, so to speak. It's now I can talk about these games fairly and openly, and all is well, basically. So, that's that, guys. Like I said, super rambly. Yeah. That was that. Okay. Nothing really to end this on. I feel like there's stuff that I want to say, like little nitpicks I maybe had with the series, but nothing's coming to mind right now. Nothing's coming to mind. Oh, fuck it, let's just end it. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.